Shut the fuck up, bitch. This fool podcast is on.
It is a banger.
Who's the band?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. We're not gonna give them credit.
What's up, bro? Cheers.
Cheers, G.
What a drink we got. Abraham Lincoln on the cover.
Yeah, we were talking about politics throughout the whole pre-show, but what is this? Brew free or die. 21st Amendment Brewery. There we go.
Dang.
7% IPA. Nice little 12-ounce can.
You know what the 21st Amendment is?
You sound like a bootlicker asking me that question.
I want to say it's the one that freed the slaves.
Is it?
Oh, never mind. Faded ass fool.
I know.
It's over here. The 21st Amendment of the United States Constitution repealed the 18th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which had, mandated nationwide prohibition on alcohol. So,
Oh, that's right.
it makes sense.
That's right. Damn, what a bust the fucking probation period was, right? All that shit did was make everything worse.
Yeah, I think to me that's like a good period to point to when you make the argument for making just drugs legal.
Goddamn,
Because, like,
good herbal medicine.
We got the fucking joint lit up here. Because like alcohol is legal now, right? But I mean, and it was.
What the fuck?
This shit is just smacking, as you fools can hear.
I had to turn the mic off because I felt like I was gonna lose my lung right now.
But
Wow.
but alcohol is legal now, so when they made it illegal, it really just made all the criminals fucking do the
More
speakeasies
wealthy.
and shit.
They unintentionally stimulated an economy, and there's probably more wives beaten at home because the guys couldn't drink.
And I think that's how Al Capone got started, like during the Prohibition era. I think there was this thing about the Kennedys getting their money from the Prohibition era.
Yeah, weren't they getting kickbacks from them because they were letting shit slide and whatnot?
Well, I don't know.
Or didn't their families have ties or some shit?
I don't know what their families were doing, but it wasn't like John F. Kennedy or Robert F. Kennedy.
Oh.
It was like their ancestors. I don't know how far back, but yeah, definitely one of them. But I mean that, like I said, like something was illegal, so the criminals just started doing it. But when it wasn't illegal, the criminals weren't involved in like transporting alcohol and shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, you see shit going on right now between U.S. and Mexico and like the war on drugs. I mean, and you know, I think that's a good argument for just making all the shit legal. You know.
Yeah, we were talking about a bunch of bootlicking shit in the pre-show, but so in the last episode you were talking about. Well, I don't know if it was the last episode of the pre-show to the last episode, but you were talking about how you don't feel like you can just sit down and spend hours or time watching shit besides sports. So, I watched two shows that were really popular on Netflix: Archive 81 and The Woman Across the Street from the Girl, or The Woman in the Window. I don't fucking know. What the fuck is this stupid ass fucking thing called? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Excuse me.
The
I just
woman.
took that submarino.
The woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window. That shit. That shit made me so fucking heated. I'm so heated. I wasted so much time watching that dumb shit just to be disappointed. And Archive 81 too. Those shits had interesting ideas, and then they just went to shit. And I fucking hate that I really sat down and watched it. And it just made me think about you saying like, "Oh, you don't like wasting your time." I'm like, damn, this is my fucking lesson for like trying to watch fucking Netflix and shit.
How much time did you spend on it? Like how many episodes did you watch, and how long was each?
First of all, I binged both shows.
Oh shit.
Yeah, not in one day. Archive 81 took like a week, but I binged like 5 episodes or 6 episodes yesterday. So that shit started like from 5 p.m., 6 p.m. or 7. No, Yeah, 7 p.m. to literally 3 in the morning. And I was fucking heated, bro.
Holy shit.
I was heated when that shit ended. I was like, oh, this is some fucking bullshit. And then the night before that, I binge watched The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. I binge watched that piece of shit show. We binged the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we just got angry as each episode went on because we're like, this is wasting our fucking time. But everyone's saying it's so good, so let's see why it's so good from beginning to end.
This is the house in the window across the street.
The
from
woman
bitch
in the
getting
house
mad at-
across the street from the girl in the window.
Okay. The woman in the house across the street from the woman in the window.
From the girl in the
From
window.
the girl.
Yeah, exactly. So they wasted all this fucking time with that stupid ass title. They could have been wasting that time writing a fucking
That's what I
better
was
show.
saying. It seems like they put more thought into the title.
Yeah, fucking. Unfortunately, that's how I felt watching it. But yeah, that shit was pretty frustrating. I really wish I can get my time back. I really feel like I was gypped.
Yeah.
I'm very close to being a Karen and fucking emailing them a very strongly worded letter.
Saying, hey, you just gotta develop some shit to give you my time back.
You guys gonna see. This is my thing though. I don't mind binge watching shit I actually know I'm gonna enjoy. Like if they're gonna do a new Star Wars sequel, trilogy or whatever, to 7, 8, and 9. Chances are most people that are fans of Star Wars are gonna binge watch the whole series before they go watch the newest one.
I haven't even watched the most recent one. The one
You're
that came
better
out-
off not watching
The
it.
one that came out like in 2019, I think.
Don't watch it.
What was it called?
The Rise of Skywalker?
The Rise of Skywalker. I haven't
All right.
watched it.
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
No. Because I wanna.
Bro, you're like 3 years later already.
I know, but I still want to watch it, and I'm honestly amazed that I've fucking have avoided spoilers for this long and shit.
You've avoided spoilers for this
Yes,
long?
I honestly have no idea what happens, and I don't want to know until I watch it. So I was going to watch it. I think it came out in 2019, and the pandemic happened 2020. So I didn't go opening week because I wanted to avoid all the foods who were gonna be like, yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to
So
avoid those fans, yeah.
I wanted to avoid all those foods, and then eventually the fucking pandemic happened, and so I was like, God damn, like I'm never gonna have a chance to watch this shit in theaters. So I'll probably watch it at home one day on Disney Plus because I see that it's on there. But like I said earlier, it's hard for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna watch this shit for 2-3 hours.
I mean, being a Star Wars fan, I feel obligated to watch any and all Star Wars products. But see, that's where my frustration comes in because it's like I like these things so much that when they suck ass, I get really pressed about it because it's like you. Not only can I not get my time back from watching this piece of shit, you guys didn't even do it fucking justice. So now I can't even be happy I wasted my fucking time. It's like wasting your money on stupid shit. If you're not happy with the way you wasted your money, you're gonna be upset because you wasted money and you didn't even enjoy what you bought.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with time. It's like I'm buying it with my time, and I hated it, and I can't get it back.
So what happened in the
Trash.
show?
Those shows, trash. For Archive 81, look, I'm just gonna give a quick rundown. Archive 81, some fucking guy has to digitize fucking video cassettes from the 90s because some fucking rich white guy hired him to. The main character's a black guy, so
Nice.
I don't remember their names, so we're gonna
Happy-
address them by their
happy,
race.
Black History Month.
Yeah, exactly. Way to kick off Black History Month. But no, the shit came out last week in January. Anyway, long story short, it has to do with supernatural shit. It has to do with like religious cults and skull and bones type of shit. It was cool because it started getting weird and creepy. I'm like, all right, I fuck with this now. And then it just kind of took a weird dive and it just went into complete religious shit. And I was, I was kind of not annoyed, but it was kind of like, I think the thing with religion is like I feel like if you ever want to do a religious story, a supernatural whatever, like ghosts and whatnot, you have to think this story has to be so enticing
Gotta be a
that it has to reel the people that don't believe in ghosts. That's
Yeah.
the audience you should be hitting.
Yeah.
Not the fools that
Yeah.
believe in not the fools that have crystals and believe in all that shit. Get the fools that don't believe in ghosts. Because if you can get those fools, you have a banger story.
That's my problems with like paranormal movies now because before I used to be like, damn, all of them are bangers, but now that I don't really believe in that shit, I'm like, of course these movies are gonna fucking
Yeah.
stop with just some holy
Like
moly.
what? The chair moved on its own? Of course there's a fucking stupid ass ghost in this house that should just fucking fuck off and go somewhere else.
Yeah, like I watched Paranormal Activity a couple of weeks ago with my girlfriend, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is not a banger no more. Like it's just not making no sense.
Yeah, because there's nothing that's going on in that movie that's making you think this is real.
The last like paranormal
So it holds
movie
no weight.
that I thought was a banger was the first Conjuring. I thought that shit was
I
a
saw that in
banger.
theaters,
Yeah.
and that shit was a banger, and that shit was cool. But I never bothered to see the second one because after the first one, I was like, damn, do I even give a shit?
I think I saw all of them honestly, but I know that they got like so many fucking like spin-offs or like side movies and shit. They got like fucking some Moreno this fool. They got like the fucking
Sheesh.
they got the fucking like Annabelle doll. I don't know if that's released to her. They got like some other shit going
Yeah,
on.
they got a bunch of weird shit going on.
Yeah, they got like all these side stories leading together, so it's hard to keep up and shit. I did see the other day that they're gonna make a new Scream movie, not the one that just came out in January, but another one besides that one.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like horror is such a weird subject to tackle, just because a lot of it is based around shit that's arguably not real.
Yeah.
So like, how do you make that entertaining? Like if I like you have Jason Voorhees and Friday the 13th. I watched the classic movies. Not gonna lie, man. I was really astounded by how many people were scared of this. Just because I thought, bro, just
There wasn't shit back then. That's why.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's a what's it called? It's a product of its time.
Yeah.
Like watching it with the 2000s, 2010s crowd or whatever,
Like
a modern crowd.
Food used to be scared of a movie like of a giant spider and shit. Like
Exactly.
Food would get nightmares over that shit like the 1960s and shit.
Exactly.
The
But
Blob. Foods
yeah,
are fucking
but-
terrified.
But see, that's where I'm thinking like horror is such a weird subject because, like Friday the 13th, you would think he's just some crazy guy in a hockey mask killing people. Just fucking stab him and fucking kill him yourself. But then when they go to the supernatural, like or like Texas Chainsaw, or whatever, or Michael Myers, we already talked about Michael Myers. It was cool until I found out he was supernatural. Now I'm just fucking heated because there's nothing
Yeah.
special about him now.
Yeah.
He can't die. He's evil physically embodied. It's kind of well, fuck Michael then, bitch ass.
Yeah, speaking of Michael, I saw that they did like this fucking director's cut or something like that on Amazon Prime. It's like it has like an alternate ending to the one that they had it in theaters and
It's
shit.
probably worse.
So that's what I was thinking to myself. Like, damn, do I really want to take that gamble and shit?
That's just probably worse. But yeah, anyway, back to those shows. They were just trash. I was not a fan of them. I'm sorry. And they both set them up for sequels, so I'm like even more
Oh,
pressed.
fuck that
So I'm like, all this just to end it on enough of a note where you know there's a sequel coming or a sequel's bound to happen, and you're not even satisfied with the first product. You know, it's kind of like, oh fuck this. Like you wasted my time, and you think you're good enough to put out another one? Fuck you, bro.
Did you
Fuck
watch?
this shit, huh?
Did you watch Squid Games?
No, I didn't watch Squid Games.
No.
No, I'm not interested in. I don't see why everyone likes Squid Games so much. I generally don't see why.
Really, I love Squid Games. Squid Games was like the last show that I watched like on the mainstream level that I watched with everyone and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
They got to you, bro.
It was good.
They got you sitting down wasting your time.
It was only like 8 episodes, I think. Yeah, they did get me. I was like, I had to watch that shit. Usually, the way I watch shows is with my girlfriend because that's the only time I really sit down and like watch anything that's not sports related.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I'll just wait for her. But I was like, nah, I need to find out what happens right now. So I'll just watch that shit without her. And that's how I know her. Like, I really enjoy it. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, nothing about Squid Games caught my attention.
Nah, I thought she was lit. I thought it was lit. I enjoy all that fucking like, I don't know, death game, whatever shit. Yeah.
I just thought I think it was a nice attempt at something different and interesting. I think the problem is that it became so hip and mainstream that it made me dislike it even more. Like if I saw it, I probably would have thought it's okay, but I think the fact that so many people love it makes me want to be that stupid opinion where it's like, oh, I fucking hate it, bro. It's trash.
You want to be the contrarian?
Yeah, I want to be the contrarian when it comes to Squid Games. And again, I haven't even really seen it from beginning to end. I've only seen parts here and there when it was on. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. From what I saw, I didn't see what was so crazy about it.
I enjoyed that shit. I enjoyed people dying. It was cool, especially like in a game like that, like the green light, red light. It caught my attention right away.
But that's why, like, I think, well, even watching that, I kind of just thought, like, what the fuck's the point of this? Like,
It's like to win the money.
yeah, but at the same time, it was kind of, how the fuck is someone getting away with all this shit?
Well, I mean, it's a show too, bro. You
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
you gotta
it's
buy
shit
into
like
it.
that. It makes you think, like, well, what the fuck?
'Cause, I mean, if you really like looked at it that way, like nothing really makes sense on TV.
They don't. But and I think that kind of played into effect with me in wrestling for a while. Like it was kind of like I know this is never gonna be, you know, like an actual fucking sports game. So why do I care to watch it with like high stakes on it when I
Yeah.
don't believe there is high stakes. Obviously, other people will have a different opinion about it, but that's the same way I'm seeing that too. That's why sports is so interesting because it's like it's not scripted. It's a fucking event. You're watching fucking teams compete.
Except Liga MX, that shit is scripted.
Oh really?
Yeah. Maybe not scripted, but rigged.
Oh, you think so for sure?
Sometimes. Like the refs and shit. Favoritism.
You don't think it's just bad refs?
Nah, that shit is too, like, obvious. Like, and like, especially like they introduced like the VAR, the video system referee and shit, and you would think that shit would help, but it's so, the way they apply it is so like back and forth and not evenly for everyone, that it's just like, what the fuck are you fools doing? Like, you guys made it worse. Like, how? Yeah, you fools got everything in 4K and you fools are making even worse calls. Like, how?
We're talking about Squid Games anyway. Yeah, but like shit like Squid Games, I don't know. I feel like horror is just, I don't know, man. I guess it's because they made it seem like it was some psychological murder crime shit that was gonna happen with the Archive 81, and then it started cult shit like the occult. I fuck with that. I like cults. I like thinking that there's some fucking ringleader,
cool.
you know, and all these people are crazy and killing and orgies and fucking cannibalism and whatnot. But I don't know. I just didn't like how it ended. I didn't like how it panned out. But I don't know. Horror is just one of those things where I really hope someone gets it right and there's a formula and then everyone just starts making good shit. I know horror is too inconsistent.
Yeah, it's too. I feel like most of the horror movies that come out are pretty much shit. I would say like when I say majority, I would say maybe like 85-15. Like 85 bad, 15 good.
Yeah.
And maybe even that's a stretch.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a very few amount that you would ever say is really good. And I don't like when people say, "Oh, this shit's good because it's just Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street." It's like, bro, is it good because it's good, or is it good because it's a good story and whatnot? But I don't know.
Yeah. What's your favorite horror movie? Do you have a favorite horror movie? Give us your opinion on that.
I think I have a favorite horror movie. A horror movie I tried to avoid the most was Chucky. Anything with Chucky in it. I don't fuck with dolls that act like they're alive.
I don't know why that shit terrified me as a kid.
That's what I'm saying. That shit was anytime I saw a random toy just sitting somewhere and it was a human baby and it was just staring at something, but this was gonna fucking try to kill us. We need to fucking rip its head off right now.
This fucking past holiday season, my mom got this fucking like Santa Claus from CVS and shit. And that shit was like a little miniature, something like 2-3 feet. And that shit was in the living room, and every time I passed by that shit, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm fucking looking at you, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Like, you move, dog, and I'm punting you right now."
Exactly. You move, dog, you're gonna catch a fade right there on the spot in the living room. But I think the only movie I liked because it was what I would say decent and good for a horror film was The Conjuring, the first one. I think because it was enough of a weird supernatural story that I felt like, is there an actual chance any of this is real?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying with horror films that do the supernatural shit with demons and angels and ghosts and whatnot. Like, they have to find a way to get the people that don't believe in that shit to actually think, holy shit, wait, what if, you know?
Yeah.
If you can't get those people to, like, get on board with the movie, then obviously fucking Susie over here that believes in fucking demons and fucking recharging her crystals at
She's
night.
right there saying the fucking rosemary.
Exactly, like she's over there saying, I claim no negative energy from this movie, and then you're just thinking, bitch,
bro,
why are you here?
When The Conjuring came out, I wanted to see it with my sister. My sister and I are big horror movie fans, and I went with my sister, and I remember there being a fucking a poster. Like, we were waiting in line to see the movie, and there was a poster because they were making us enter through a certain way. Like, I guess it was like opening day or whatever. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And there was a sign that said like, "Yo, like, we got a fucking everyone who's been coming to see this movie have been fucking terrified.
That's right.
We got a fucking priest in case you want to talk to that phone." I was like, damn, they got a fucking. And then I was like, I don't know.
You watching? You're like, there's no need for this fool here.
I mean, I was like, whatever. I guess people were terrified. I enjoyed the movie. I was like a sophomore in high school, I think, but I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I guess I thought it was a good movie, but I don't really get scared, so I just thought it was pretty funny that Foos fucking really wanted to go talk to a priest over a fucking movie and shit.
Yeah, yeah. See, but then again, you don't know if it's a marketing stunt. You don't know if it's a marketing play.
Maybe.
Is it honest reactions and shit? You know, who knows? But Anyway, but yeah, just to talk about those two things for fucking half an hour right now. Heated, upset I wasted my fucking time. I would love to get a refund on that shit. And oh god, I just hate when you waste time and it's not even something you end up enjoying. That shit, I don't mind spending money on stupid shit that I don't like. I just don't like wasting time on shit I don't like.
Yeah.
Cause you're never gonna get that back, and that's frustrating enough as it is. But but yeah, man. What about
Would you consider The Thing a horror movie?
I never saw it. I
No.
heard it's. Well, I heard it is a horror movie, like the genre.
I don't know because it's like sci-fi.
But yeah, it's like
Kind
sci-fi
of
horror.
sci-fi. It could happen. Could happen.
Anything with sci-fi is like anything with anything on the topic of sci-fi is always in that realm of. In theory, it could probably be real, but then at the same time, you're thinking if I say this out loud, people are gonna think I'm fucking crazy.
This shit is like in theory. This shit in theory could be happening right now as you and I are talking.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's that this fucking alien like crashed down in Antarctica or I forget where. It must be Antarctica, but it froze over. There was like a Canadian team or a Dutch team. I forget what it was that was excavating it, and then it melted and whatever came back to life. And so it takes possession of you or whatever.
Hmm.
So like you don't know who's like the host and shit. So you're just wondering like, damn, who the fuck is carrying like who's
Hmm.
who or whatever. So who's the imposter? I don't know if you ever played Among Us. It was kind of based off of the movie too.
Mm.
So yeah, like that shit could be happening right now. Like a fucking alien really could have had fucking landed and shit. It's taking up host
How upset would you be if you find out there's absolutely no life?
outside of damn,
Us.
that would be wild. I would think that shit is probably a fucking
Simulation?
yeah.
For
'Cause
sure,
it-
for
'cause
sure,
it-
the Matrix exists at that point.
Yeah, because if we're in this fucking vast space and it's just us, like yeah, I think there's something probably going on. But then again, like
And you
there's-
really just can't accept that. That's just.
but there's probably also like the great filter and shit. Like people probably destroy themselves once they get to like a certain point in civilization. If not, I mean, there could be that, or it could just be like space is just so big. I mean, there's a lot of things, But,
yeah, there's a lot of.
but if we get to like the edge of, well, I mean, if whatever theoretically edge of the observable universe, and there's if in the observable universe there's no extraterrestrial life, I would think that's pretty fucking wild, like pretty fishy. Like that doesn't mean that beyond the unobservable universe there isn't
That's why I
aliens.
was. Yeah.
However, the observable universe is already so big that it's just wild that there would just be us in the observable universe.
So you wouldn't think it's just further
So-
beyond that rim?
I mean, I would depend how long it takes us to see past that rim.
Mm.
Because if we go like 1,000 years without being able to see past it, I think like there's probably an invisible wall, like a video game. Like that.
An invisible wall?
Like this might be it. You feel me? Like you could see, you could theoretically see, but you can't go.
Yeah.
It would just depend on like how much we advance and shit. Like if we have space flight and shit, like then I would still hold on. Like if we adventure out and we don't find nothing, like if we're and this is like millions of years from now, I would think like, damn, this is crazy. Like it's really just us.
I was gonna say that wouldn't it be the damnedest thing if maybe it's not a simulation theory per se, but it is something that's going on in the universe where every time, like you said, civilization gets to a point they self-destruct.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, what if it's always not really just self-destruct in that sense, like their economies of all the countries or whatever parts of the world collapse and humanity starts all over. I was thinking like, damn, what if it really is like, what if there's always like a soft reboot? Like every time there's more progression through humans, it just starts slowly self-rebooting. I know some fucking toss-up theory that America's civilizations or America's decades, generations, they actually only have like 3 or 4, and they're always repeating. There's never such thing as a new generation. So it'll be like this generation of this. So it'll be like, oh, you have the boomers, then you have Gen X, and you have millennials and Generation Z, right? So they're saying Generation Z is like the fucking the equivalent of like what the boomers are going through or some shit like that. That, oh, the 2020s, how we're so progressive and liberal. What was the last point in time America was like that, the progressive era and shit like that, or the boomers were like, oh, this was back in the fucking industrial period type of attitude, and that that apparently fucking people hold on that people were just doing self restarts and shit. And I thought at first like it doesn't matter, but then I was thinking about it too. It's like they do say that history repeats itself and shit,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I don't know, just shit like that is what I'm starting to think might be more plausible. And I'm thinking too, what if it's the universe just doing soft little restarts? Like every time some alien's fucking up on the game, it's just like, I got from level 7 to level 8, and then the fool died again. He's like, fuck, man, I gotta take a break. Like, have you ever played Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah.
Heated. I still haven't beat the fucking game. Just because those levels start getting harder, and then I have to start all the way from the beginning. I'm like, fuck this, bro. I can't right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like this close to destroying this PlayStation and shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like, because it would explain why we have so many little Mandela effects.
Yeah, well, that would be even more terrifying about the simulation theory. That like, if it is a simulation, like, who's controlling it? And, like, why? And
Well, clearly not humans.
And will it turn off one day? And we want to know.
Yeah, but I don't think it will turn off like that. I feel like I feel like if it would ever turn off, I genuinely think that we're in some realm where this isn't the only, let's say this isn't the only plane. Like, maybe we really are these energies that fucking just not reincarnate, but basically reincarnate. Or just these energies or ideas that we just never die and shit. We don't experience death because we just start all over, and we never we never remember our previous life.
But I mean, there's like it'd be like the Matrix, where there's like another body somewhere else, like in the other realm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's possible too, but like, what's to say that we only exist in this world? Like video game characters, they only exist in the game. You fucking turn them off, and then like that's it.
Yeah, like right now, one day we're gonna be done with the podcast. We're gonna take our headphones off, blink, and then we're gonna be, getting out of a fucking pod and shit in some weird fucking world that we don't know. Or like, what if this is all simulation? Basically, does our consciousness fucking know anything past that, or is this just fucking it? Or like, will we ever really know what happens? Will we ever really learn? Will we ever fucking find other people that know? How would you feel? How would you feel if tomorrow morning you woke up and it's all over social media that some guy came from the fucking office upstairs and he just said, yeah, this is basically a simulation. We're just letting you guys do whatever you do. I mean, in your world, in our world, this isn't real, but to you guys, this is your fabric of existence. And then, like, how fucked up do you think you'll get in the head? I'm just thinking, what the fuck? Like, we're so minuscule. Like, we're so small, we don't matter.
I would be very respectful of this guy, I'd be...
Oh, I'm talking about this fool looks like a straight up alien. Like, this fool's fucking white and pink, and, like, he looks like a fucking fish or some shit.
Yeah, that'd be fucking wild.
That'd be pretty fucking crazy. How would you feel if your feelings and confirmations about an alien prove to be true, and an alien visits Earth and decides to go on JRE, or decides to go on this full podcast, and we're talking to him? What if he does tell you, and we ask him obviously, like, how do you feel about religion and stuff like that? Like, how would you honestly feel if he said, oh, Jesus, yeah, that was a thing that happened. He technically is there, but there's more to it.
That'd be wild. Like the fish.
Would you become a believer right away?
The godfish is on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, the godfish, yeah. Would that make you into believer?
Nah, because, I mean, it would just depends, like, I'd have to see that fool on my own, too, it'd be like, damn.
Oh, you just feel like this was full of shit? Like, is that fool even a fish? Like, but yeah, I don't know. So little things like that slip into my head, and I'm actually starting to think on it. And
well, I mean, have you ever watched Rick and Morty?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where that fool makes a civilization, and then the fool in the civilization makes a civilization.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then he's like, holy shit, we're in a fucking stimulation as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine that.
Maybe something like that where they come down like, oh, the God is here or whatever.
Yeah, like Jesus just made a simulation. Somebody made a simulation of him.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
That'd be fucking... I feel like at that point you either go into existential crisis mode for the rest of your life, and your mind breaks, or you're just gonna be this nonchalant fool that's just gonna pretend is gonna take what pill is it to, like, ignore it?
You know what? I'm saying this now, right? Where this shit hasn't happened, But I think I would be fine with it, no matter what it is. I'd be like, yeah, like I figured, like I knew. It's not like you could just catch me out of nowhere. I'd be like, oh yeah, like I thought that we might be fucking just a battery and some food's light and shit. Like yeah.
That's why, like, we're so fucking.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like it's not like that idea has never crossed my mind. For someone like my dad, like that shit would like destroy his fucking mind. Who's never really thought about it. He's just been like, aliens, fuck aliens. Like go to like work.
Fucking
is real.
Americans, man.
Like this shit here is real or whatever. Like so, for him it probably like fucking or people like that it'd like break their minds and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just pretty. I don't know. Like, it sounds stupid to say out loud, but then it really makes you think when people start saying, "Oh, that they start experiencing a certain memory this way," and they're determined that the Mandela shit's real and blah blah. And there's glitches in the Matrix. It makes you think, "What the fuck? What if there really was a glitch right now?"
Yeah.
And right now we're just like all those times that fucking we saw saucers and they're like pretty damn convincing that it's a fucking UFO. And what if those are just minor glitches in the Matrix? Like we're in a dome right now. Our universe is in a small little dome in a bigger universe, and some dude just accidentally flew his fucking saucer in there and then flew it out.
You think life would be better outside or inside of the Matrix?
It has to be. I think we're probably in a pole line of civilizations. We have to be in the lower half. I think we genuinely have to be in the lower half.
So you think life is better outside the simulation?
You wouldn't think so? They made us, dog. They have to be better.
Well, I mean, using the Matrix, for example, like, what if it's just like a controllable utopia, like where it's just outside.
This would be a shitty ass utopia considering all the fucked up shit that's still in the world.
No, like not here, but I mean like outside of the Matrix, where it's just like Hitler took over and we're in Hitler's simulation. You mean, and outside is just like shoot this fool, he got out of the simulation, and outside in the real
But why
world.
would we be in the simulation? My idea when it comes to simulation theory, my idea is that we have to be a fucking simulation that some random person just created, and their universe is a big universe, like fucking Bill and IT made us in the universe, and we call that fool Jesus, and then we start realizing like, holy shit, like we're literally in the pocket of we're literally in someone's hands, and there's a bigger known universe outside of the unknown universe, and it's just those things that I'm thinking like, no, that's probably what it is. If you're telling me that there's a company that put us in pause and we're in a simulation right now, and they think that it's okay for us to start a podcast in a simulation, it's kind of like, out of everything, why would that happen? I feel like, it has to be like crazy entities outside of this that made us just for the fuck of it.
Like just like a science, project,
huh?
Like it was just a science fair project.
Yeah.
Like, here I created a whole simulation.
Like everyone was just trying to one up each other's civilizations, and this dude made ours. He's probably like, fuck, I fucked up. I could have made it like this fool where they already have flying saucers and they have utopias and they cure diseases. We have these assholes fighting over healthcare and fucking non-binary fucking identities. Like I really don't think we're up there in terms of the poll. I really don't think we're that high up.
How many times do you think this conversation is happening across the universe?
Well, what is it? The fucking multiverse theory?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go off of that, then theoretically you would say an infinite amount of
That's
times,
what I was
right?
going to say. It's an infinite amount, because that conversation will still differ than if I start talking on the podcast. That's already one branch, and then you think, well, what if we were both quiet for 2 minutes? That's another branch of reality that exists.
Fucking. Whenever I think about like the multiverse,
I'm too
theory,
faded for this right now.
Whenever I think about the multiverse theory, I always say to myself, fuck those fools, and then that makes me think like, damn,
That fool say,
all
fuck
those,
those
yeah.
fools.
So that shit just makes me laugh. Like that's the time that I feel like in sync with like the entire universe.
Bro,
I'm
there's
like,
a
damn,
universe where
all those fools are also saying that shit too, So I laugh with all my universe variants and shit across the world.
Okay, if I'm not gonna be
Faded ass
if I'm not gonna be, was it agnostic?
Agnostic.
If I'm not gonna be agnostic or believe that there's a higher power and all that, my genuine second belief would be that we're universes upon universes upon universes. Like there's definitely multiple universes, but they all have to be developed by something far greater than what we understand. Like I've always asked fools that, well, I've asked anyone that believes in God. I've even questioned it myself. I'm like, who's to say that God stopped with us?
Yeah.
Who's to say we were the first and last thing He ever made? Like, what if there's a whole other universe just like this, and then that's on that side of the fucking spectrum. Then there's one over there, and it's just like a bunch of fucking crazy ass
Yeah.
just multiple universes are going on. Like, there's a fucking universe where my name's fucking Fernie and you're fucking Dave. There's a fucking universe where we're on the different side of the fucking table. There's a universe where we didn't even call it this food. We call it something else, and then there's another universe where this is called food this. Like, it's just bonkers when you start dissecting it all.
I'm just glad that this is the universe where we named it this food. Because imagine naming that shit food this. That shit does not make no sense.
I know
So
that.
I don't know what those fools on the other universe were thinking.
Food this podcast officially sucks dick. But yeah, it's this is why time things like timeline movies or shows or anything I've read or seen that has to do with timelines, time travel. That shit always gets my attention because I'm just thinking, damn, like how are they tackling this? Like Rick and Morty, I love that it's not time, it's dimensions.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm thinking. Isn't time dimension? By that logic, like even applying it now is like, well, yeah, it doesn't, because we just change the hours whenever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is a true time anyway?
Well, I mean, time, like our concept of time is like kind of a social construct because we can change it back and forth. You know,
Yeah.
although there's like time itself, the way.
No, that's
we
why.
think about it,
But like, how crazy does that time work compared to the one we constructed?
Yeah, there's like three. I would say there's like three different variables of time.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. Like
Look at Mr. Education over here.
like no,
Get
not
more
even,
faded, fool.
Not even like like the time that says like on our computer, on your watch, on my watch, on my phone. Like that's like our social construct of time. But then there's like time that like where as we age and shit, and then there's time where it's like where it's combined with the universe itself, like the fabric of time and the fabric of the universe and shit. But that's all theoretical too.
Well, what do you think? What do you believe in?
I think so too. Like those three concepts of time.
Okay.
Yeah, but those two, apart from like the time on my computer and shit, apart from the social constructs, I say those are like two, like undeniable constant variables and shit that they're always gonna be.
Yeah, it's never gonna be this thing that we can actually possess. Like,
Yeah.
this
I
is
mean,
why I
who
don't agree
knows?
with like daylight savings and all that. It's stupid. None of that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's coming up in March 20 something. I'm excited to go 1 hour
Back,
back.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, because it will get darker later.
No, I think it's forward. It's forward.
Forward?
Yeah.
What the fuck? See, and for what? For what?
I don't know. I like it. I like it like that because it gets darker later in the day, so like at 8 p.m. and shit. So I just like there being more of a sunny day. So I would like for it to be like that forever.
Yeah, instead of getting sunny at what 6 a.m. it'll get sunny at 5 a.m.
Yeah. And then plus there's all these like biological reasons, like people get fucked up adjusting to the time and stuff like that. But that's beside the point. But yeah, all of that shit is just like a fucking social construct anyway and shit, but it's just to be more precise on things.
Yeah. Fuck, what was I gonna talk about? I don't know. Just talking about time and shit like that, multiple universes just gets me going like, damn, I wonder what this would be happening in this universe, like it's always a whole, what if I decided to do that day, what would have happened at that point?
Wouldn't it be crazy that like on all the other fucking, let's just say that there is life outside of our solar system, wouldn't it be crazy if where all the other places there's life, fools have like figured out like the perfect society and shit, like
that's why.
There's
and
like
we're stuck on this fucking
universe. There's like no death.
Some motherfuckers are arguing about genders and shit.
It's just a fucking badass society. It's like Star Wars, but no war.
That's why.
No
motherfuckers probably developed lightsabers stuck over here and shit, trying to find out how to get a gun.
It's just lit all around, and we're over here fucking fighting
For
on
real.
Twitter.
Motherfuckers are having Han Solo adventures, fucking Princess Leia, and then we're over here fucking joking around about fucking jerking off and shit. Like, it's just crazy. Fucking the idea that any of this shit's possible and happening.
Yeah.
That's theoretically happening and it's not happening.
That shit just bums me out more when I hear things about like the Iranian fucking commander that said that there's a United Nations or something like that, like a United Space Command,
Yeah,
Force.
and they were not part of it.
And yeah, because like a galactic federation or something like that.
Yeah, there's a galactic federation and we weren't invited because we're not civil enough, basically. We're not developed enough for this pretentious fuck.
Yeah, that shit bums me out. Imagine if that shit's real. Like, damn.
I feel like that's a bold ass thing to say. Like, it's so bold. It's like, are you fucking stupid or what the fuck do you know?
I would be bummed out. Like, damn, we really are
This
that
guy's just full
dumb.
of shit.
Not like let's just say. I mean, forget about the guy and whether he's full of shit or not. But let's just say like that is the case. You know, like we find out like yeah, we like those fools come down and they're like nah, fool, you fools are dumb or whatever.
I will be happy that that's real because that at least confirms that there is something bigger.
I mean, that would be cool, but then I'd be real sad because like that means they would leave like uh space travel up to us and shit instead of being like here are our ships and shit. You know, like here's how we did it. They would leave it up to us, and then that would mean like intergalactic travel probably wouldn't be available within my lifetime. Versus tomorrow, the aliens come down and are like, yeah, you know, here's a fucking X-wing and shit. You know, here's a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, like you know, I'm there. I'll be at the next galaxy right now.
Yeah. But yeah, that shit's kind of upsetting. Understanding that, like, the idea that there's other universes where shit's better off for each individual and the universe as a whole, and then here we are on this one. Like it hurts to know that I'm only seeing this universe from my eyes. I'm not even seeing it from a scientist. I'm not even seeing it from a physicist point. I'm just seeing it from my perspective, and it sucks because I want it to be like a video game when you get killed in the gulag and you're in fucking spectator mode. You know, like I
Yeah.
at least want to be able to see. I would at least hope that if I'm not going to be alive for that, which I am most likely not going to be alive for, interdimensional or interspace travel, whatever, I would at least hope that, you know, I could at least have some sort of confirmation or have some sort of good news where there's a good chance this is real. There's a good chance, like, this guy's pretty credentialed, so yeah, if he says there's a Galactic Federation, the government's more like, I mean, we can't say yes, but I will feel like a liar if I said no. So you're just like, what the fuck? So there is, and we're just too stupid to hang out with them. Like we can't sit with them at lunch. Like that's fucking lame. But but yeah, I don't know. Think about shit like that, fucking, especially with this delicious brew in hand, just makes me start wondering what the fuck. What if? What if? It's probably why I stayed away from the Matrix too. I feel like it'll fuck with my head.
I mean, there's also like that whole theory behind the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
I think it was Julius Caesar and uh, his fucking crew and shit.
Yeah, his
gang.
ego was so fragile that he decided to destroy a fucking.
His gang of savages burned down the Library of Alexandria, and there was who knows what in there, like fucking medicine, you know, just fucking records of people and their discoveries at the time.
Wouldn't that be fucked if it was only like 5 years ahead of us?
What do you mean,
Like all the knowledge they had in that fucking library, like
And it was like what we know right now.
yeah, and they were only like again like only 5 years ahead of us.
That'd be pretty wild. Like that would.
That'd be pretty fucking sad.
Yeah, that we
Like
could have.
wow, all this crazy shit. This is as far as we got.
I mean, that would be pretty sad because you know, like think about how long ago
Yeah,
that
no
was.
wonder we're not invited to the Federation.
No, but like that was like what in like the 1500s. Like so much time has passed. Who knows how advanced we would have been there? Like just how.
No, that's why.
Just like who knows how advanced we'd be in like 600 years from now.
Mm-hmm. But
If
yeah,
we're
I don't
still
know.
around, of course.
Yeah, I don't know though. But that shit just baffles my fucking head whenever I think about it. Not because it's such a mindfuck, but because it's so like just the theory and the understanding that this may be true.
Mhm.
The Galactic Federation might be a stretch. Maybe there's
Stretch.
not an actual federation, but maybe there is life outside. You know, they just don't all
Yeah.
fuck with an embassy. They're like, we're too fucking advanced for this. There's no need for no primitive shit like that. You know. Maybe that's why we're. Maybe it's because we can't get. Maybe they're like, why the fuck is there 127 of you, different countries or however many countries we have? It's like, this is why. This isn't like another reason you guys aren't invited to the fucking Federation. You assholes are over here fighting about some of the dumbest shit. And then why the fuck is this international sport we call football called soccer in some other fucking countries? You know, just dumb shit like that. Are we the only country that calls this soccer?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's so American.
Yeah, just like the metric system and everything too.
Yeah, we're the only ones that go by this, right?
Yeah.
Literally, every other country in the world doesn't, but we're somehow the ones that are right.
In school, I had to learn the fucking other metrics and shit.
Do you remember any of it? I don't remember.
No, I don't
any of it.
remember
What
none
was
of
it? 3 foot equals 1 yard? But that's not really their metric
Oh
system, right?
no, I mean like kilograms. Things
Yeah,
like
like
that.
kilograms and fucking
Not
meters.
necessarily length, but just like weight,
No, yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Celsius and shit.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like that episode of Rick and Morty where they have those fucking giant heads come down and they're like,
Yeah.
"Show me what you got." Just imagine it feels like that, but it was like a soccer tournament, like across the fucking world and shit. Like yeah, there's these 10 galaxies and and with the one thing they all have in common is soccer. And so like, hey, all you fools gotta get down in this one tournament, like intergalactic soccer. And so we gotta send out literally a team Earth. That shit would be fucking sick as fuck.
Would you enlist in an international, not international? Would you enlist in an intergalactic war?
If that means I can do intergalactic travel, then probably yeah.
Like if they're telling you, hey, we're gonna send you to the planet of Jafar and shit, and they're like, you're gonna go encounter some crazy ass looking people on that planet. You be down for that?
If that's the only way I can do intergalactic travel, then probably
Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna explore space.
Yeah.
By going to some base on another planet
Yeah.
and then going to another planet to
Yeah,
invade.
I'm going to kill the men and raping the women.
Rape the alien women.
Yeah, and fucking killing their children and shit. Yeah.
That's fucked up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really upset we're not born in that time period where space travel is just a thing. Interdimensional travel too. All types of fucking travel.
Yeah, I always pictured myself just floating somewhere in the Milky Way on my spaceship, smoking a blunt.
Damn. Smoking a blunt. You were 7 years old thinking this?
Smoking some space blunt. Whatever kind of space weed there is out there.
Yeah, there you go. Smoking a space backwards.
Yeah.
A NASA issue because NASA will probably fucking put that in their fucking services or whatever, and they'll probably start developing space weed.
Space weed.
Um,
Think about when like we colonize Mars and shit, and then there's like they take weed over there, like, hey, let's start growing weed. Think about how much that shit would be worth, like when they start transporting it over here, like, hey, we got weed that was grown on Mars.
Yeah, exactly. And imagine that shit's fucking. That shit would probably be. Would it be good?
I don't know.
What would Mars weed feel like? Will it feel good? Will it be good?
I don't know. That shit would make you feel like a Martian for sure.
But when you think about certain flowers you have any of them screamed this will come from Mars? Has any of them felt like
Like now because they all feel weed feels very earthy, has an earthy taste. So I'm always like, it always reminds me of Earth, home.
for some reason I feel like it would be dry and spicy,
Yeah, right, like dirt.
like dirt, dust, all that. I don't know, fucking that.
Yeah, like
red
rock
shit. Yeah,
Like rock dust or some shit
yeah,
like
exactly. Like I'm fucking chewing granite stones in my mouth and
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Like if you actually had a childhood and you were playing soccer in the street, somehow I don't know if it ever got happen to you or anybody else knows what I'm talking about. I swear to God, I'm not dirty, but sometimes it feels like some random gravel just ends in my mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know?
Yeah.
I feel like it'll probably be like that, really rocky, really whatever the fuck, all those other substances. I don't know. Anyway, but there's a fuckload of questions we haven't gone through, but we're gonna have the hard hitting questions for sure because we need the people to understand where we stand on this. Now, you have a very unpopular shoe opinion that I fucking can't stand. I don't know how the fuck you are okay with Yeezy. Pretty much anything that he's basically been putting out, I hear good things from you, but you don't fuck with Crocs. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna agree with me that you shouldn't be dissing Crocs like that. I'm planning on getting some soon. I don't know if I want red or white, but I know for sure I want a pair of Crocs.
I'm surprised you want Crocs because earlier you were saying about Squid Games about how popular it was. It made you want to be a contrarian. Well, right now Crocs is on this popularity wave, so I'm surprised you're not being a contrarian about that too.
They're what? They're on a wave?
Yeah.
See, but that's my thing with like. I always felt like Crocs. No, okay. Crocs I always thought were kind of like weird and dumb. And then when I started seeing how people were basically rocking them as very, very lazy wear, like they'll wear with joggers and sweaters and hoodies and look very, I'm here to chill at home type of look, I thought, you know what, that's what that shoe is. Don't you ever market a Croc to me as a shoe I wear to the club. Because that's not what it is. It's a fucking slipper house shoe that I wear in the house, you know? So when I started seeing it being worn like that, I'm like, oh, now I fuck with it because it looks good, you know? That's what that look is for, that very laid back, relaxed look. Like if you wear Crocs, if you wear those regular $50 Crocs they have at the Citadel and you wear that shit when we go hiking, I'm gonna fucking deck you. Because why the fuck are you wearing those to hike, you know?
Yeah.
But if we're in the fucking studio and you're kicking it up with some Crocs right there, I'm gonna be like, you're right. You do look relaxed and ready to talk about important shit. You deserve to kick those Crocs though. But right now, as I look at these fucking Yeezy foam runners, I just want to deck the fool that really thought this shit was it. Because this shit is fucking absolute hot, disgusting diarrhea garbage.
What don't you like about them? I think
Everything, bro. Everything. I fucking hate it.
Look, show me right here specifically. What about it?
How do you not like Crocs? How do you like that?
This shit right here is the future. You have to have like the vision.
Why?
To see
How's
this
the
shit.
future?
You have to have the vision for the future. You know, or if not, you don't see the wave. Like,
You know what would make it better? If this, hold it. If this, first of all, the thing that I think kills it the most is the fact that this is such a fucking half a dome right there. It's like, dude, if you let it narrow it out like a pair of fucking Nike trainers, let it narrow it out from the tip instead of having it fucking round out
that's
right there.
that's a bad angle. Look at the top left over there.
No, it's still trash.
Nah, look.
It's trash. You're putting a fucking Hot Wheel on your foot.
Yeah, you got the Hot Wheels, dog. You got the hot shoes.
No, I can't, man. I saw those shits in person, a month ago. I legit wanted to crack that fool for
They're
thinking that was
fire.
acceptable.
Look at this fit right here.
No.
Fire.
No, man. I don't
That
get
fit.
it.
That fit is someone who sees the future and knows the future.
Why were Crocs unacceptable?
He's got the vision.
Why are Crocs unacceptable?
Look at this
They're
picture
both
right here.
pieces of foam with a bunch of holes in them.
Look at that picture right there. There's you have to see them on feet. Look at
I
them.
did, and I still wanted to crack that
Look
fool.
at them. They look fresh right there.
No.
Look,
No.
another good picture.
No.
These shit are fire, bro.
No.
The Crocs I did like though were the Benberry Crocs. I don't know if you've seen these. They were the collabs that they had of him.
How are Crocs not okay, but this shit's okay?
You don't like the Benberry Crocs either?
Those shits look stupid as fuck. What's wrong with the regular Crocs? Look at those. Look at those. I don't even like the color. Fire.
What do you mean, bro? These green ones right here. These olive ones are fire.
What would you wear that to? School?
To the grocery store? Maybe school. Maybe school, but in the United States you might get shot, so you don't want to wear Crocs to school. You want to wear running shoes at all times. Maybe to the grocery store. I don't know if I said that already. To walk my dog, maybe. Maybe to the weed store. You might get shot at the weed store though.
No. I don't mind the idea of having all those holes and different grooves in a shoe because that makes them unique. But as soon as they come out with
So you like these instead? Look at these.
go down.
These are
You're
trash.
looking at the worst ones.
Trash.
You're looking at the possible worst ones.
Trash.
Some simple ones like that, fire. Well, that's not even simple. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
These are trash, bro.
Simple. They're simple.
no way you could
They're
defend these.
simple. The foam runners, I'm sorry, bro. I think you're a hype beast. I think anything that Kanye puts out, you flock to.
Those Lightning McQueen ones are fire.
You know damn well if fucking those shits had the Yeezy name on it, you know you would be saying those are fire.
Nah.
Yeah, you would.
These are too like Donald Duck. They got duck feet.
Yeah, they're slipper shoes. I'm not gonna wear those shits out to fucking night out on the town. You know, I'm wearing those shits when I'm going to the grocery store, when I'm walking around the block.
I just feel like there's better alternatives than the fucking.
The only
Crocs.
other alternative is that stupid ass foam runner.
Yeah, and that's just fire.
Nah. Bro, how is that fire? How is that big giant fucking curve on the top fire?
It's just fire.
You
bro.
have, it looks like you have a giant fat toe. Why?
You just gotta see the future.
I've seen it in person. I hated it even more. But $259 for those shoes, I'm not fucking surprised. Actually, I thought it would be more expensive, but it's sad that it's that type of shoe that's affordable, and other things like honestly, I have not liked any of the Yeezy shit since he did maybe his last two Yeezys. The original ones he had when he first got signed to Adidas, those ones I think were the best ones. I think the second ones were pretty decent. Then these fucking these Stadium Goods one, I don't know what the fuck people are doing. I don't know why people like that shit. I don't see it.
I think the best, in my opinion, the best Yeezys were the foam runners.
You choose the weirdest looking one out of all of them.
Those are fire. I like the color scheme. I like the shape of them. They were fucking fire.
I don't know, man. I that's just something I can't wrap my head around. I don't see it. I've seen them in person plenty of times, and I hated them every single time.
Even the wave runners.
Yeah. I've seen those shits in person. Maybe it's because the people I saw them wear them, I felt couldn't rock them.
You gotta disconnect them with the people though, because there's
No, even as a shoe, I don't like it because it looks like something LA Gear came out with in '95.
it is like more of a retro look. This was like when the whole dad shoe thing was going on.
But that's why. Like, it's just like it was always shit we knew wasn't cool in high school, and not even high school when we were kids. We know it wasn't cool to get those weird Nike trainer shoes that were like in JCPenney. Like, nobody was trying to rock those shits.
Yeah, but these aren't it though.
But they're trying to be like that.
Nah,
They're copying the same. When was the last time you saw that shade of fucking blue or green? When was the last time you saw that shit as a popular fucking color back then? Besides the fucking 90s.
It's a nice color scheme, especially with the yellow laces. I just feel like it
When
wraps
is
it
the
all
last time you've
together.
ever seen that many fucking colors mixed together in weird tones like that since the 90s? You know how I know? Look at NBA jerseys and look how fucking weird those color schemes are for half those jerseys. Like Toronto Raptors, who the fuck rocks red and purple together? That's some 90s shit. This, you have orange, you have a warm color, you have teal, which is a cool color, then you have a neutral color gray, and then you throw in highlighter green the same shade of that fucking teal, whatever fucking color that was. Yeah, 4 different colors going on.
It's just some nice color blocking, bro. It's a good shoe all around. That shit is beautiful.
No. What do you think your closet is more of, neutral tones, or do you like wearing like random color shit like that?
Well, I like having a nice color scheme. I don't like wearing like, unless it's black. Like I'm wearing 2 pieces that are black, but I really don't like to wear the same colored pieces.
No, but not, you don't have to go black on black. What I'm saying is like I'm not always a fan of doing that, but it depends on what you're wearing. If you're just wearing joggers and a black t-shirt, it's like, who gives a fuck? He's in joggers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're that fool that's trying to go out to the club, you got a black denim Levi's trucker on, you got a black polo under, you got black jeans, a black belt, and you got black fucking boots.
I feel like with the black you can get away with it. The all black look you can.
You
get
can,
away
but
with
it's lazy.
But if you're wearing like all brown or all blue or all green,
Yeah, you're stupid as fuck. If you're wearing jean jacket, jean shirt, you're wearing a trucker, a western, fucking 501s.
the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Especially if it's all the same color, because you could wear like a light blue, a light wash trucker with like dark wash jeans.
oh, you'd like that.
Yeah, because at least there's like a contrasting color. But if you're wearing like all of it the same color, yeah, like you look like you just came out of the fucking western and shit.
I don't know if this is an unpopular
Western
opinion,
frontier.
but I'm not a fan of wearing truckers with any shade of blue jean. I feel like it has to be either something like chinos or it has to be like all black jeans so they look like pants. Basically, I'm not a fan of jean on jean because I don't think they ever look good no matter what. Even when they're different shades of color, like when we see the little sales associates, the stylists on the floor,
Oh,
and you
my
know they have
God.
they have to represent the Levi's brand.
Yeah.
I saw a couple men's stylists. I won't say their names, but I'll see them, and they think they're fresh with that acid wash or that super bright blue wash trucker. Then they got like a fucking weird green blue wash fucking 510. I'm just thinking, no, you're better off with just black jeans at that point. But personally, it's because I just don't fuck with jean on jean.
Yeah.
Even if there's different shades, I don't fuck with it. It's like, bro, you're being lazy right now. Commit to a cause. Commit to a mixture. Commit to fucking having a jean jacket and a different fucking material pants, or just be a bitch and fucking just do jean on jean because you're scared of taking chances.
Nah, I feel like the jean on jean is more of a risk, because you risk the Canadian tuxedo look.
Do you think it's a risk? Or you think they're just bad at fucking dressing themselves?
If you do the Canadian tuxedo look, that's bad. But if you color code it, I feel like that's good because it shows like I knew I was gonna look stupid if I did the Canadian tuxedo.
Okay.
So I need to switch the colors on this shit.
Okay. So what I can say for sure, I don't even want to spend this much time talking about because we haven't even got to any of the important questions. We're just fucking bullshitting right now. But just to end it on a stylist point right now, when it comes to Jordans, different colors, all these different retros, whatnot. Um, you got the fucking the North Carolina ones.
Hmm.
Okay, you're going out. I won't say where. You're just going out. If you're going out and you have UNC Jordan ones, and you want to go to a bar and you want to go to an English pub because you want to watch Manchester City play, I swear to God, right now, if you tell me you're wearing a fucking baby blue colored jersey, I have to stab you. If you were that person that matches the dominant color, like if this was red and I was wearing red shoes, I would hope you deck me for that shit. Like I could have picked any other shoe color that had a hint of red in it, but if I want to do that bullshit where full on red shoes, I deserve to get cracked for
You're
that.
dressed like Batista.
That guy. You open my eyes. He does have really bad drip, trash drip.
No
That
disrespect to
UNC,
Batista.
that USC fucking Ragley shirt, whatever that baseball shit's called.
Yeah.
If that fool just had it with literally any other shade bottom, would have been fine. It would have been a very simple. Here's my going to work for 2 hour outfit.
Yeah.
This fool chose this a USC. Look for it. I don't even want to explain it. Jamie, look for that shit. The fact that he walked out the house and said, "This is it. This is what a former World Heavyweight Championship wears." This one deserves to not be in the next Marvel movie. This one deserves to die. Drax deserves to die in the first 10 minutes. This was a horrible fashion choice. I fucking love Batista. But that was not it. That choice, not it. I've seen this fool rock a better shit. And this was just a letdown.
You know who's really bad at that shit too? Fucking DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled will wear like the.
I don't even know if DJ Khaled's a real DJ.
That was a producer, but he'll be like, "Let me match this fucking red shirt with my red shoes and with my red hat." You know, he'll be like,
Yeah.
And
That
I'm
shit
like-
was cool in 2003, not right now. So, what are you guessing? I'm guessing by like 2029, fools are going to start rocking the 2000s. I feel like fools are going to go back to that. I feel like they're already starting to aim in that direction right now. All this newer generations into the fucking 90s aesthetics and shit, you know. Those weird color wash fucking, those weird graphic t-shirts you got at the fucking swap meet. They're rocking the shits at Urban Outfitters for like $70 and shit. And the fucking haircuts with that middle part looking like Trunks head ass, looking like Leonardo DiCaprio Titanic head ass. And the fact that that's the wave right now, it's crazy. Then that's just bound to mean that, alright, by like 2030, fools are going to start dressing like Nelly. We're going to fucking see Gene Unit make a comeback. We're going to see fucking oversized jerseys make a comeback. We're going to see New Era making disgustingly colored fucking fitted hats all over again. I don't know if you were a product of those, but the oversized shit I was unfortunately partaking in. And the disgusting colorful baseball hats, like a fucking green Yankee hat or a fucking disgusting red, blue, orange, pink, purple fucking Dodger hat. Unfortunately, I partook in that bullshit.
This is the shit I'm talking about right
That's
here.
what I'm talking about. I hate that shit. I want to fucking stab him now. I fucking hate this.
This is the shit I'm talking about right here, where this fool was wearing some Jordan 1 Royals, where that fool fucking is matching the fucking shoes with the shirt, but he's matching it like precisely. You know,
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Jay-Z's next to him, and his blue is like a different shade, and that's a little too close to it for my taste. But look at DJ Khaled; he just has like the same fucking.
I would take Jay-Z's look over this any
I
fucking
would
day
too.
for the rest of my life.
This fool just looks like fucking Spirit Week and shit, Spirit Squad.
Exactly. This fool looked like his mom just let him start dressing, so he had to make sure he matched. I hate that shit. If you dress like that, I'll fucking stab you. I'll fucking chokeslam you right where you are in that fucking Trader Joe's parking lot. I don't give a fuck. That shit is unacceptable. That shit is unacceptable. I can't, man. That type of color blocking, I fucking hate it. Best advice I ever got, and this was from gay people, so you know this shit was fire. This gay dude I knew fucking gave me this advice. He said, your clothes should never match. And I said, you're stupid. The fuck are you talking about? And then he said they need to complement each other. That's always going to make the difference.
Yeah.
And I told him, what the fuck does that mean, bro? Why are you speaking in fucking hyperboles and fucking
Yeah.
poems and shit? Just what the fuck does that mean? And then he said, all right, well, he said, just subscribe to GQ. And I was like, what the fuck? And I subscribed to GQ and I saw what he's saying. Is GQ the best route to go when it comes to fashion? Probably not. Or it might be one of your better cases, but it's not the absolute gold mine to go. But
Yeah.
it is a popular one right now. But yeah, like when you see some of those guys dressed, like yeah, you know what, like wear different shades that complement each other and never match. Like DJ Khaled, we already saw that's a horrible sin. Don't ever do that shit.
Yeah.
You deserve to get your Jordans jacked at that point because you don't know how to treat them.
That fool does that shit a lot. Like that fool has a bunch of shoes. Have you seen his closet?
What about with that Supreme one? We had that red
Oh,
Supreme hoodie, and then he had the red Supreme ones.
He matched it precisely. It's like, nah, bro, you gotta pick one.
Yeah. Like, bro, like you can afford a stylist if that's the case. Just fucking pay for one.
He probably does, but it's the same thing where he has that
And this
fucking
one sucks
chef.
ass too. This shit's fire.
That fool's got a personal cook, personal trainer. That fool's still fat, and that fool's got a personal
That
fucking
fool got
dresser,
fatter.
personal stylist. That fool still got no
That
drip.
fool's drip is getting worse. That fool got fatter. That fool's drip got worse. That fool's hair got worse. Oh
That fool's got all the bad coaches and shit.
You know that's probably his homies being his fucking stylist and his chef, and it's not someone that's actually gonna do the job. You know? Would you ever hire a personal stylist? I don't feel like I would.
wouldn't.
I don't think I ever would need to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Plus,
I might hire someone that wants to help me get like Jordan, so I don't have to pay resale
Yeah,
value on
yeah.
it for sure. But nah, someone to tell me how to dress that shit. Nah. If I ever get a stylist, like, nah, dude, I think you need to wear the gray hoodie with the cool grays. Tell us, get the fuck out of my house right now. The fuck did you say to me? A gray hoodie with the cool grays? You want me, and you want to be stupid enough to tell me I probably should rock some dark gray joggers? I don't give a fuck if they're different shades. This fool's getting his ass beat, and then he's getting kicked out the house. But I can't. If any of you fools style yourselves like that, you have no room to argue about any style at all. If you fools are rocking 90s shit right now, you have no room to speak. You had your chance in the 90s. I don't know why you're bringing that shit back.
there's some like vintage tees that sell for like thousands of dollars. And
Yeah,
I'm not talking
it.
about like one or two, but I'm like tens of thousands of dollars and shit.
Yeah.
$20,000.
Like, I miss the fucking vintage. Like, I don't know where you got your WWE shirts, but when I was young, we would go to those clothing spots that had the pro clubs and all those shit, those little hole in the wall stores. I don't know if that's where you got your pro clubs, but that's where I got my pro clubs, and that's also where I used to get my WWE shirts, because they would have these fucking
Where?
John Cena shirts, these Batista shirts, and they look like they came out the 90s and shit.
Where?
At those little hole in the wall clothing stores that have your pro clubs and your profiles. So now that I'm seeing those shits on Amazon, they're like $30 a shirt. I'm like, wow, this is some fucking horse shit. This is some horse shit that these shirts have doubled in price. But little shit like
for
that.
sure. For sure, it's crazy how like that vintage look really has like a fucking.
It has this fucking generation in a chokehold.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I mean like there's this whole thing about vintage tees and shit. I mean like take a look at this one right here. There's this fucking T-shirt right here that apparently sold for $400,000.
Trash.
Who knows God why?
Yeah.
Who knows a lot?
What idiot bought that? Let's talk shit right now. What dumbass bought this shit?
I don't know what guy decided to buy this shit for $400,000, but yeah, I don't know what it does, or what this guy thought. He was probably on acid and he saw that fucking design and tripped balls on it. But yeah, I don't know I don't know who bought it. He probably wanted to remain anonymous because I would too.
Because he realized after he bought it, it was a stupid
bad
ass
choice.
purchase.
Yeah. It says right here, beyond its diamond-studded design, the T-shirt is plain black.
Is it beside this fucking bullshit design? There's nothing special. That's fucking hilarious.
It says this T-shirt is claimed to have been made from pure green energy. As a process of making it, utilized solar energy and did not emit any CO2.
So another reason why we shouldn't go green then.
It's just gonna cost $400,000.
I'm gonna buy a disgusting shirt I can get at Goodwill for fucking $400,000.
You know what though? This isn't vintage because if it was made using like the solar technology, it says right here, it says there, this is often considered to be the most expensive shirt in the world. I think it's just like a T-shirt in general versus a vintage tees. Look at this shit, $300,000.
Why? What does it do?
It's a fucking plane. For those of you who are not watching this shit, it's a fucking plane dumping out some cargo. $300,000. Look at this shit.
Why?
A fucking like leather T-shirt.
A leather T-shirt.
That looks like it's made out of alligator skin or something.
Yeah, it's called the Hermes Croc T-shirt, $91,500. Fucking ridiculous.
This is why people say eat the rich and shit, because there's people doing stupid shit like this.
$50,000 for a Beatles shirt where they actually are designed to look like Beatles.
Literal Beatles.
It's a revolution. I don't
It's
even
a-
fuck
it's
with
a
the
Nike
Beatles enough to
t-shirt.
ever buy that.
It's a Nike T-shirt.
But I just don't even like the Beatles enough to fucking justify owning a
Oh
Beatles
my
shirt
god!
like
Look
that.
at this one. Look at this one.
$42,000 for a
$42,000
piece of shit seams on
for
the
a
side.
fucking black T-shirt, for a black tee. Oh my god! We gotta look into this one. It says here, while this shirt's value is astonishing, the purchase went to a good cause. Designed as a fundraising campaign to help poor children around the world, this T-shirt raised a profit over $1 million per day for several days over the course of the '96 Olympics. Blah blah blah. The surprising was there was no actual design printed on the front of the shirt. So
God must have worn that shirt, dude. Because I don't understand how the
it
fuck
was
that
just a
could
plain
happen.
black T-shirt that sold for $42,000.
Yeah, so for those that want to see it on their own time, it's called the Hanes UNICEF 96 Olympics T-shirt, $42K.
Oh
Wild.
my gosh, bro. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna be able to top that shit. It's just a plain black tee. Like, I don't even. These aren't even worth mentioning.
I already feel like T-shirts that hit graphic T-shirts that are $50 is a fucking crime.
Oh hell yeah, yeah for sure. I just can't believe the black T-shirt though. That's fucking insane.
It's fucking ridiculous, yeah. But yeah, like vintage WWE T-shirts. I mean, it's sad that I'm seeing those shits at Foot Locker for $35, and those shits are $15 at those little hole-in-the-wall stores.
Yeah, too bad I don't have any. I mean, yeah, too bad I don't have any of mine, like any The Rock T-shirts, Stone Cold T-shirts, because I mean I was a little kid. It wouldn't fit me anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean it is crazy. It is crazy how fucking vintage shit be selling like crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people don't even know what they have. You know, that's where you see fucking like people being selling stuff that you know you could resell for a lot of money for like $10 at a garage sale and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Fucking crazy. Gary Vee would love that shit. But, I don't know. Anyway, just to hit it off with these fucking hard questions so we can call it a day. There's a lot of questions. We got to the first one, which is Crocs. I will smash them. You will pass on them. Wave runners. I will pass on them. You will smash them. The only things I've been curious about, and I feel like these are good questions. What's the worst job you ever have? And what the fuck? Oh, yeah. So you could let the people know what's the worst job you ever had. I think we already have a good idea what it is. And what's a WWE opinion you have? Unpopular opinion at that. I don't know if you ever answered on the podcast, but is it anything besides Roman Reigns?
I have a lot for both of those subjects. I have a lot to share, so I think this is a good place to wrap it up, and we can just save those for next time.
Oh, fuck it. Easy with me.
Yeah, so fucking thank you foos for fucking joining us, whether it was on video or on audio. Fucking we're on IG at This Food Podcast. Fucking hit us up, like, subscribe, all that shit on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your shit from. Hit us up. We appreciate you foos for listening.